On June 28th of 2019, France experienced its hottest day ever when temperatures reached 45.9 degrees Celsius. That's over 114 degrees Fahrenheit. But some people weren't feeling the heat quite as much as everyone else. Some people always seem to feel cold, no matter how hot everyone else around them claims to be. So what gives? Let's look at some of the scientific explanations for the endless chill these people feel. First and foremost, we have to understand how human body temperature works. Mammals and birds are warm-blooded. This means that our bodies are capable of regulating their own temperatures, and because humans are mammals, we have this nifty ability. On the other hand, cold-blooded animals like snakes, lizards, and, well, anything that isn't a mammal or a bird can't regulate their own body temperatures and have to rely on their surroundings for temperature regulation. Now, just how do our bodies go about regulating temperature? As it turns out, a lot of mechanisms are involved in this process, and your brain's hypothalamus is in charge of it all. The hypothalamus acts as a thermostat for your body. For humans, the average temperature our thermostats are set to is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. But, as you might expect, regulating your body's temperature is a bit more complicated than just setting a number and letting the thermostat do all of the work. The hypothalamus has to talk to and work with several different parts of your body in order to know what adjustments need to be made. If any of those systems mess up at all, your body's temperature can drift away from that average. For example, your skin plays an incredibly important role in telling your brain what adjustments need to be made to temperature. After all, your skin is what comes into contact with the outside world. If it's hotter outside, your skin undergoes a process called vasodilation, which leads to sweating, allowing the evaporating water to cool you down. And if you're too cold, your skin will undergo vasoconstriction, which is what's responsible for those goosebumps you get when you're feeling chilly. Some people have a condition called autonomic dysreflexia, in which their nervous system overreacts to stimuli. Their bodies will sometimes unnecessarily undergo vasodilation and begin to sweat profusely, or go in the opposite direction and get a case of the chills, accompanied by those telltale goosebumps. There are other reasons someone's body temperature could be out of sync with everyone else's. Generally speaking, women tend to experience feeling cold more often than men do. In fact, one study found that the hands of women were on average 3 degrees cooler than men's hands. The hypothesized reason for this is that men's bodies tend to have a higher density of muscle, while women's bodies tend to have a higher density of fat. Muscles generate heat when they do work, while fat cells store heat. This is actually why you begin to shiver when you get cold. Shivering is simply the rapid movement of muscles done in an attempt to generate some much-needed warmth. The flow of warm blood is the primary means by which our bodies regulate temperature. It is, after all, where the term warm-blooded came from. So, it shouldn't be a surprise that anything which can influence your blood flow will directly impact your perceived temperature. For example, it's known that having a high cholesterol can reduce blood flow. When this happens, it becomes harder for warm blood to reach your hands and feet, which is why many people with high cholesterol complain about having cold fingers and toes. As we get older, our natural systems start to lose their efficiency, and temperature regulation is no exception. Low blood pressure, low muscle density, and a lower metabolism can all lead to worsened control over your body's temperature. All of these things contribute to the chilly feeling many elderly people experience. It's very important to listen to your body. If you notice that you feel cooler than usual for no obvious reason, you could be sick and have a fever. Feeling increasingly sensitive to the cold is also a symptom of some serious medical problems like diabetes. Feeling perpetually cold may seem like a convenience during a massive heat wave, but don't be fooled. Our bodies work best at a certain temperature, and it's important to make sure that our systems are working properly. If the thermostat in your home broke, you'd surely call someone to come fix it. So, if you find yourself feeling chilly, talk to a doctor and make sure your internal thermostat is okay. Oh, and be sure to tell your friend who is always cold to do the same.